Sieg to snap it. Cole to hold it. 22-yard attempt. Daniel Carlson. Carlson. That's a winner! Viva Las Vegas! The Raiders are 3-0 for the first time in 19 years. 31-28 in overtime.
First time since 2002, the Raiders are 3-0. Welcome inside the Jon Gruden press conference presented by Intermountain Healthcare. Kevin Bollinger alongside former Raider great Eric Allen. And you look at the first time in NFL history, not only are they 3-0, but they've beaten 3 teams that had 10 wins last season. It's not just wins, it's about quality wins.
Yeah, it's always hard to win the National Football League, of course, and you know that as well as anyone, Kevin. But again, when you're talking about these type of football teams that are usually in the conversation at the end of the season, jockeying for playoff spots, that's critically important for this football team as you have this great mixture of veterans and youth, and the veterans are really coming up making some big plays and giving these young players an idea of what it takes to beat some of these relevant football teams earlier in the season. So later, it all pays off.
Now, the first quarter, everything that could go wrong did go wrong. But what does it say about this team that they got back on schedule, got back to their game, and really dominated the final 3 quarters to get this game rolling?
Yeah, Kevin, it really talks to the resilience of this football team and how they're able to kind of have each other's back. So special teams has always been on point, right, this season, but sometimes offensively you struggle a little bit. So what happens? Defensively, you come up with a big play to kind of get things started. The great safety from Casey Hayward, or the big-time catches from Edwards or Hunter. So it's kind of a situation where this football team, they really has each other's back. I think that started early in preseason when they went to LA to scrimmage the Rams. You saw kind of what kind of football team this could possibly be. So really important that it's starting to kind of show out during the season. When the offense is struggling a little bit, defense, we got your back. And then defensively, when we're struggling a little bit, offensively, they come up with some big plays. So that shows you what kind of football team you're dealing with right now early in the season.
Well, Jon Gruden's had about 24 hours to digest this one. We're waiting him to step up to the podium to give us his thoughts about what he saw yesterday at Allegiant Stadium, and we're going to hear from him in just 90 seconds. Stay with us.
Jon Gruden Press Conference Live is brought to you by Coors Light, an official beer of Raider Nation, made to chill. Allegiant, the official airline of the Las Vegas Raiders. Low fares, nonstop flights. Book now, only at Allegiant.com.
Welcome back inside the Jon Gruden Press Conference show, where we are waiting to hear from Coach Gruden to talk about yesterday's big overtime win against the Miami Dolphins. He said that there were some things he wanted to see on tape. Let's hear his reaction after he had a chance to take a peek. Here's Coach Gruden.
We have a lot of guys that are sore. Josh Jacobs, I met with Josh this morning, and we're going to see how he feels on the practice field this week. Not making any predictions, but we're hopeful that we can get him back on the grass at some point this week. Proud of our team, very hard-fought victory, and we got a real tough opponent this week on Monday night in the Chargers. So with that being said, I'll answer any questions I can.
Jon, all you have to do is look around the NFL to realize it's not easy to win football games in the NFL consistently as well. To be 3-0 with the schedule that you guys have had and kind of the travel, just the way things have played out, how satisfied are you? Not satisfied, but, pleased, I guess, at this point.
Well, it's fun to win. And it's also, you got to be realistic when you look at your schedule. What we have coming up doesn't get much easier. The Chargers just went to Kansas City and beat the Chiefs and did it in impressive fashion. So every week is a grind. And hopefully we get some good news from the trainer, and some of the guys that have been missing can come back and help us, because we're going to need them.
Do you feel like the offensive line, especially in that second half, settled in a little bit?
Yeah, we're getting there. We need to put a complete performance together. That's what we need to do. And we've had spurts where it's been pretty doggone good, and there's been spurts where it needs to be better. But it's a young group. They're playing some formidable defenses, some good players, and a lot of looks. And I think we're getting better, which is encouraging. We're still inexperienced and young at some positions, but Leatherwood is working with a guy that just got here. Andre's really started half a dozen games in his career. The snap accuracy wasn't as good as it needs to be yesterday. And John Simpson's a young player. So it's going to take some time. Development doesn't happen overnight, but we're getting better.
Of course, you have so many guys on your team currently that will be facing your former team, including Gus Bradley, Casey Hayward, Denzel Perryman, who all been stepping up. How excited are you for those guys who really got on the field and really put together a total performance against the former team?
Well, they got some guys on their team that are looking forward to playing against those guys you're thinking about. So it's how you look at it. I'm sure our guys are excited to go up against their former team, and I'm sure they feel very excited to go up against these guys. So it'll be an emotional game. It always is when we play the Chargers, and we're looking forward to it. It'll be a great challenge.
John, I know that you're in the bubble looking at the Chargers, but quick question about Denzel Perryman. He's been here 26 days and performing at a super high level. Can you talk about that performance considering how short he's been here?
He is a good player. Let's just say it like it is. He's a good linebacker. He's always been a good linebacker. He's healthy. He's had a hard time staying healthy. He knows this system, and he's proven that he has talent and instincts, and he is a contact player. I guarantee he's proven that. And we just need to keep getting better. He needs to keep getting better, keep asserting himself, and so does everybody around him. We haven't played the perfect game by far.
Along those same lines, Casey Hayward has been really good in his role. What has he brought to this defense, and what can he continue to bring?
Well, he's a good player. That's the one thing we're missing. These guys are not just former Chargers or Gus Bradley. These are good players. We thought Hayward was a problem for us twice a year when we played against him. We had a lot of respect for Perryman when we played against him. So it's good to have him here. He's a solid player. He's a good cover guy. He's smart. He sees it. He sees route patterns develop. He's been a great tackler. He doesn't give up big plays. And he's been a great acquisition in the locker room.